double tap that intro, didn't mean to, but hello, my beautifuls. Hi, Sam R. and Lorna. Welcome to A Level of True Crime, everyone. You are watching a live broadcast, and therefore you have a fast forward button if you are watching replay. And I want to say thank you if you are watching replay. I greatly appreciate it. Hello, Lucy Lou Who. We have a beautiful all-star panel tonight. And we're going to be talking about, are you ready? Because everything that's been happening in this case is literally blowing my mind. Madeline Soto. This is an energy within this of absolute consumption of emotion. And why is that? Why is that? Because this is a child that we are bit by bit finding out has been living a life of absolute pure hell while maintaining some composure on the outside world that everything's great in a Disney type environment, in my opinion. And so you can't read a book by its cover unless were there signs? Were there things leading up to that moment that this occurred? Welcome. We've got Karen Guy, Lee McKenna, Laura Williams, Virgo 22, Debbie, how are you? Lady D, Linda Annie, Xanima, Sin City. Hello, everyone. So we are going to be really talking about more about the timeline than anything. So maybe you've heard, but the new paperwork came out yesterday. Now, I haven't been able to get my hands on the new paperwork to share with you. This is legal paperwork. This is the police report that the mother initially gave to law enforcement. And in that, Jen Soto, the mother, Jennifer Soto, allegedly claims, according to this report, she is claiming that she saw Madeline dressing for school at 8 o'clock in the morning. We all know that law enforcement is claiming to have Stefan's image, if you will, on camera, depositing something in the dumpster, which was later to be found out to be Madeline's backpack and school-issued computer. The mom has went on interviews and stated that she had the phone. The most concerning thing that she has shared so far to me, in my opinion, is, and she keeps volunteering this, I've replayed it without you guys a couple times. The thing that I find the most irritating about both interviews of the mother and the monster, and I think we have a mom monster too here. I'm not kidding. This is my feelings, and I'm telling you, the energy I'm picking up is that we may have a threefold crime. So there's different levels. This isn't a black and white crime. This is 50 Shades of horrific, nightmarish gray on a minor. And I'm not kidding. So with the footage that we've heard about or read about that was discovered on Stefan's cell phone that he thought he reset on the day Madeline went away, has revealed some historically notorious footage of what is believed allegedly to be Madeline. And it goes back years. I'll just leave it at that because nobody knows how far back it is. We don't know what he had on other phones. And at this point, we don't know how long he has known Jennifer. Yes, the emotionless mom is really odd, Jamie. I agree. Lee McKenna says, I totally agree, Danny. Aggie Willett, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Kelly Mack, welcome back. She says, Kathy Anthony 2.0. It does make you wonder. Sam R says, and she had checked the laptop. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it together. I welcome you to jump into the conversation. Put your comments down below if you're on replay, and if you're in live chat, share your feelings on what could have led up to this. We all know as much as we're going to know on the details till we get the autopsy. But my concerns, as I said before, is that there is a statement that is said several times by Jennifer, the mother. And that is that after the birthday party, and this birthday party, you guys, is something big in this crime, in my opinion. Because both the monster and the monster mom, because that's what I feel, both the monsters are obsessed with this birthday in retelling their story. It's an anchor to remembering everything, in my opinion. It's a memory anchor that keeps their scenario of what they've come up together corroborated with. And it's like a a token of memory. So anytime you fail on what you've got to say next, take it to the birthday party and start it over if you have to. All right? FJB, welcome to 1111 Tarot. You say, I agree about the birthday being big in this case. Yes, indeed. Kelly Mack agrees as well. Hello, Wildfire. Tracy Hicks says, I gave them both the benefit of the doubt, and my heart broke when I saw what happened to this precious child. Mom allowed this to happen. She deserves prison time, in my opinion. Lee McKenna says this case has really hit me for some reason, and I don't know. I think there's a lot more to come out about this poor baby girl. I agree. Aggie Willett says, even in daughter's death, mom stands by the boyfriend. Sam R says, I feel Maddie had told someone in school, and mom got questioned by school. Mom was furious and ended up hurting her. Sam and I are very close on our lines of thinking. Now, I would like to remind you that everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law by a jury of their peers. We are completely speculating. Think of it as painting, like I said the other night, it worked really well as a good analogy, finger painting in the dark. We are just throwing spaghetti at the wall. So if you're one of those that needs to feel the need to wait until evidence is hardcore in front of you to talk about it, then please scoot along hard left. Okay? This is a group of people that have been together for a long time, and we welcome a lot of new faces recently. And one thing we do here is we respect each other's right to express how we feel and think. Okay? And we do that with respect to one another. And you may have the opposite opinion than me about the mother, and that is absolutely okay too. I absolutely will share your view as well. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just simply doing like you and sharing my own opinion. Cat H says, I am usually a protective of parents, but I can't even with this mom. Stacy says, did you hear about the guy and his son who were arrested for possession of child P, like 30 minutes away from Soto House and 10 minutes from where her body was found? Well, and that could be in some way. I heard about it. Somebody called him Santa, I believe, as a nickname because he has a big white beard or something. We may find out that the dark secret is that not only was she being groomed, but all this video footage was a means to an end of financial support within the home. And now we have a child that has in a sense, matured into womanhood, and that can no longer happen. The risk has become too great. And therefore, we would start seeing busts all over the place if we have any connection on either the mother or the monster's phones, because the cops got them. And I want to talk about why he factory reset the phone if he did this crime all on his own. Could be because of the very, very nasty material on it, but also could it be that he was also resetting the phone because of the connection that was made between him and Jen Soto about the actual crime? Debbie Lemons, welcome to A Love Lemon True Crime. You say with the videos and pictures how they were, who was taking them? Well, that's a really good question that I hate to think about, but you're right. Lucy Lou Who says the mom is still sticking by the boyfriend even after the stuff they found on his phone. Lee McKenna says, we are light workers, voices for the innocent. Truth tellers come and join us all is welcome. Everything is speculation and for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. Stephanie brings up what we've all worried. They might be trafficking this baby. Deleted text can be found by Ellie. Annette S. says, you are correct. And so I want you to think back about the conversation. And I can't watch the interview again, you guys. I can't. It literally gives me such a literal, when I say vibe, I'm not talking about, oh, I get a funny feeling. I'm talking about a frequency that feels like somebody shooting microwaves into my being by watching the mother. I get worse of a feeling from the mother because of the mask she's wearing. And she should be the most protective, and I'm not picking up protection over this child. I'm not. My gut is firing off all cylinders that the mother may actually be the one that took the child's life. It's plausible. It's possible. And I've got to really look at it. And the mother states, not only did she state in the police report, she saw Madeline. She saw Madeline. Melissa might be my next case. Who knows? She saw Madeline dressing in the morning for school at 8 a.m. when the Ellie is saying this child was no longer alive by 7:50 a.m. in their opinion. At the very latest. They think much earlier than that. Her personal belongings were being put in the dumpster allegedly at 7:30 a.m. And the mother lied to everyone in all her interviews. The last time she saw that baby was before she said good night. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care who you are. If it's 24 hours and your baby is missing, okay? And the last moment was you saying goodnight to that child, you are not going to be able to utter the words good night, in my opinion, to explain it to somebody, because it is going to trigger you. If you are a normal mom that is protective, you are going to be naturally triggered by overwhelming emotion. And to be able to say it as a matter of fact, to me, is extreme emotional detachment, as if she is already aware that this child is not coming back. In fact, she herself fills in the reporter's statement when the reporter is like, it was Madeline's birthday, and she comes home and you say goodnight, and then the mother fills in the words, she's gone. Stacy says the mother also left out wearing the black shorts in her missing person poster. She was found in jeans. Oh, you get a gold star. That's good work. Lee McKenna says they are no longer purchase simulations. I don't know what that means, dear. Hello, American Pie. You said, do you think that police officer exposed a picture on the internet to warn the Disney ring? I have no idea. I've never even thought of that. That's a whole nother rabbit hole because we all know. I mean, this whole thing could go right down that rabbit hole real damn quick. Tracy Hicks says, sorry about that, lovely. I'm keeping it clean. I know what I have done to keep my daughter safe. I ask my girls point blank, how does my husband or boyfriend look at them? Because I don't play. Thank you, dear. Kelly Mack says, if that man was showing attention to Madeline, the mom could have also been jealous, in my opinion. Infertile with the Turtle. Hello, lovely. You say the mom has such a poor driving record that her license was revoked, therefore having to rely on boyfriend for every ride for her child as well. As grown mom, getting her license revoked has issues. Okay, so there is control. There is a controller and a groomer anytime that these child attackers, child maggots, they're child maggots, okay? Anytime these child magnets set their sights on a child that they plan on spending time investing into and grooming, they actually will tell you they prefer a very insecure mother that is single with a daughter or boy, whichever their preference would be. And so in that, with her racing all over the place, it's almost as if she was probably trying to stay on his watch. And there's several ways to look at this. If she is actually so fearful of him and all this and controlled by him, if you go that side of the coin, then she's literally on his watch. He is going to want to know because he's going to be completely paranoid about everything going on outside of the home. Where were you? What time did you clock into work? What time did you get out of work? So she could be in a hurry because she wants to always make sure she can explain where and when, because I'm telling you, the controller is very possessive of the other person's time. It's part of the brainwashing. So speeding tickets could literally be that if we go down that route. And then you look at how the pressure is being put on the couple. Right, the parents, and the first interview is completely different than the second interview. She's falling apart the second interview, and she's absolutely terrified. Now, in this scenario where this is a controller in her life, okay, which I do believe to some extent is true, she could be shaking for several reasons. But the way she cuddled up to him and rubbed on him and reassured him on the camera was a united front. He wouldn't have rewarded her any better if he's a narcissist for doing that or not. So she voluntarily gave a very caring, loving support to soothe him during the interview. And we both know she said in the two interviews that Madeline you guys hold on, that Madeline went straight to bed without touching her computer or her phone or anything after the party. That means we have no proof of life that this child returned home safely? And if she did return home safely, how long was she safe? Lee McKenna says, Bio Dad stays in Texas as far as I'm aware. Wildfire says, my current husband has been in my kids' lives 18 years since my youngest was 2. Thankfully, this was never an issue. Right? Scottish Deborah, hello. How are you? You say he used pills. Did she? Did they drug the wee girl? Excellent questions. Sam R. says, I won't even let my kids stay at their friends' houses because you just never know. Infertile with a Turtle says, you may be correct. The couple is corrupt, in my opinion. So then we ask ourselves, okay, we have no proof of life from a 13-year-old girl that is constantly going to be on her phone. Even the mother has talked about how this child was always on games and stuff. You know, she just was always into stuff. But no, she doesn't play with any of her birthday stuff, nothing. She just goes straight to bed. Even after all the excitement of the day wound up. You ever had a 13-year-old at a birthday party? They don't get tired instantly. They're no longer 12 or 11. They're a teen. They're excited. They have a whole new world around them. So already I would be like, why would she go directly to bed? Okay? And it makes me wonder, was the child already deceased before even nightfall hit? So then we ask, what triggered it? A birthday party happens. She turns 13. She has a birthday party. She comes home from the birthday party, and that's the night it happens. So why that night, you guys? Why that night specifically? There's a reason. A child doesn't leave this planet without a reason. I'm asking. Lee McKenna says, how would the mom know this? Because she wasn't there. She said she was at work. Hey, Gemini65, good to see you. Y'all, I love you guys to death, but I'm not going to share all your personal stories online. It's not proper. If you want for me to do that to anybody, because in a month you might regret that you said it. And not everybody wants to hear, the horrible lives we've all had about our exes and stuff. But if you want to talk case, I'd be happy to share that info with you. I mean, with everybody. Yeah, that's a good question, Sassy. How could a mother even go to sleep knowing her baby is no longer? Makes me sick. You guys, she accepted it so quickly. And the only way I can honestly say that I could visualize or imagine this mother accepting it very quickly is if she may be the one that took the action and she's in absolute denial. Now, what's interesting, and psychologically I find it interesting, is allegedly Stepan's the one that is on camera disposing of the body, okay? And he's the one that is saying, I can't help but feel responsible. And I feel that, like I've said all along, I feel that is an actual truth. But I think it's more of a truth than we are realizing. If he is abusing, essaying this child, then the mother finds out and is in denial, and this child ends up attacked and deceased. This would make a perfect sense why he says, I can't help but feel responsible. So that really, really, really gets to me. And I just feel that with the way the wording is, that he came and picked up Madeline. He came and picked up Madeline. You don't say that if the man is already living in your home. Was he not in the home? Maybe they got in a fight that night over this. And maybe Stephen drove off to his parents' house. Maybe mom found out about all this from somebody at the party that was like grandma, somebody real close. That was like, Madeline is saying that boyfriend of yours has been doing stuff to her. And maybe she confronted him and said, get the F out of my house. And he went and slept on the couch at mommy and daddy's or in his spare bedroom or whatever. And then mommy had a fight. And then maybe this is why also the phone is reset also, is because there would have maybe been a call. Hey, you need to get over here right now. Now she's got him in a locked position because he's going to go to prison either way. But now she can say he committed the murder and she can get away with it because he's back over at the house. And she's out of it. She's clear. She can play the nervous mom and get over it. And she gets away with it. Anthony Casey 2.0. Kelly Mack says, in my opinion, the mom acts more like her competition was eliminated, not her daughter. That's how I feel. Monique Kai, hello lovely. You say it bothers me that so many people are found working at Disney or at the resorts and watch your kids everywhere. Stacy says, I just recently got back together like 2 or 3 weeks, or they just recently got back together like 2 or 3 weeks, allegedly. Scottish Deborah says she has no compassion for her missing daughter. I'm riding solo. Hey, Jenny Chocolate in Jennyville says, I believe mother was jealous of the attention kiddo got from the boyfriend, in my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. All right, you guys, I want to bring this up. When a man is only attracted to the very, very young, they may not be able to perform sexually with an adult female. Are you following me? Which can create havoc in a relationship with a desperate mom that doesn't want to be alone. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jenny. Jenny just gifted you guys and me 5 memberships. Remember, if you are replaying, fast forward. Hey, Lorna, welcome to Starlight Panel. Sars Beth, Sweet and Salty, Stacy Kelly Mack. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, Jen Jen. Bertle with Turtle says, I think she was too valuable to the boyfriend for the boyfriend to kill. The boyfriend was stating things like in a truth, but in a different context, right? She's taking it better than I am. Truth. Truth. Why is the mother taking the death of her child better than the boyfriend? Okay? Why would she be rubbing the back of the boyfriend when the daughter's missing? Why did he sit behind her? I think it was because he was saying, she doesn't want me in the picture. She wants to control the narrative, but I'm going to sit back here and show my support. That's what I think. She starts shaking in the second interview. It's her knee because she's nervous as hell. She knows this shit is going down quick. They've got dogs out. She's now gone for the words of from they're snipping my daughter or from they're trying to pick up my daughter's scent to they're snipping out my daughter. Right? She knows the shit's about to hit the fan. And is she gonna pull it off? Where he's the one that takes a full blow. She's rethinking things. Angie Wiley says, Mom has gastric sleeve done, lost a lot of weight. Boyfriend and mom fought a lot because he didn't pay more attention to the mom than Madeline, according to mom's sister, allegedly. Wow. Hello, Redwood. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. You say Madeline must have been so disappointed, too, that the mom wasn't celebrating her big day with her. Tension. I'm sure. Wild Angel UK. Benny politician has his own channel away from his day job and has lost his head at the thought of her being 11 the first time he touched Maddie. Yeah. Monique says, I just listened to one of his friends being interviewed saying they broke up. This didn't happen that morning. I don't believe it. I think he is coming to the house. I think she is alone that night with that baby girl. That's my opinion. We will find out. I'm just giving you my gut reaction. I feel as though she truly lost her shit. I really, really do. And I think it happened after that birthday party. That plays a huge role. A convex sauce with A.R. Hayes. Hello, lovely. I hope you are all doing well, he says. Well, thank you for joining us. Isabella Justus Rankin says she double is in denial. I agree. I truly believe that. Jenny Troglin says, I think the mom is guilty of murder due to inappropriate relationship between stepdaddy and baby girl. I think something was said or seen or realized at birthday party. And think about him factory resetting the phone also because he didn't want her, the mother maybe, seeing all the pictures. So that's one way to look at it all. Now we're going to flip the coin. I'm going to take a big drink. That's actually probably the best scenario at this point. The worst scenario is the mother knew everything all along. And they worked together on this whole thing because the child was pregnant. That's what's also a horrific thought for me. And a lot of you out there is this child's turning 13. Her menstruation cycle has most likely begun or is going to. She obviously looks about the age of the natural time of life. This exposes the child to high risk of being the one that now exposes the deep dark secret if this child has been involved in sex trafficking. So if this child has been being, let's say that there is a connection between Isney Day, follow me in my pig Latin, y'all. If there's a connection between Isney Day and the trafficking and this scenario, there could be an extensive amount of reasons of why there's so much footage on this man's phone over the years. Wild Angel UK says, are they Maddie's glasses mom is wearing? God, I can't even imagine. Sam R believes she still looked angry when she was being interviewed. Kelly Mack says, do we know what he got Madeline for her birthday? Anything valuable that could have enraged the mom? That's an excellent question. You get a gold star. Boom. Lee McKenna says, think of this. If Maddie was pregnant, Mom may have lipped. Polka Dots says, Narcs love to ruin birthdays, holidays, and special occasions. All eyes on them. That's interesting you'd say that. Somebody ruined their own birthday today for me. I was excited to have a birthday party with this person, and I thought they wanted to do it tomorrow night, and it's their birthday. And I was really excited to do the birthday, but they literally lost their shit, turned it into a big freaking disaster, got everybody riled up in the vicinity, and then ran off to spend their birthday alone and pout and sulk and blame everybody else for it. And I literally just locked my door and went on with my day because I'm not going to have this. I just can't. I don't have the energy anymore, you guys. Xanimus has a good point that pregnancy speculation could be why they both did something quickly. Julie, my Shih Tzu, hello, lovely. You say he thought he was smart enough to not get caught without pics and videos on his phone and didn't realize setting back to factory. Let's address that a little bit. So, there's a lot of dumb criminals, but not when they plan it. Nothing about this crime seems planned to me, other than the timing itself seems very strange. And this is why I actually suspect more that Steppen had no touch of the... I don't suspect he killed the child. I feel that it was literally a surprise to him. And I think that emotionally threw him. I do. I think he was called, told to get over there. She's like, this is your fault. Look what you made me do, right? I'm picking this up in my gut. He doesn't know what to do, and I'm not feeling bad for the dude at all. He's a monster. But at this point, I am trying to logically understand what happens if hypothetically, he had no knowledge that the shit was about to hit the fan in that level. Now, he's got to think fast, and he has a very limited time to figure this shit out. And they've got to get their story straight. And they're going to anchor it on the birthday. And he's got to get rid of the body. They didn't even think of where to hide the body. There was no plan of action. It was put right out there on the surface to be found, close to wherever. It wasn't even that far away. One in a different county, none of that kind of stuff. The book bag and the computer were thrown right in their own dumpster. This isn't somebody thinking this out. And you can be like, well, he's just stupid. And it could be. It very well could be. But I'm just saying, this looks like a sloppy, loose timeline that was thrown together with somebody that emotionally got rocked unstable when they already were a psycho. This is just my humble opinion. Wild Man's mom says, I think when you messed with in that way, it jump-started the cycle. She could have started at 9 or 10 in that case. You're correct. You are correct. Thank you. It's very possible she could have started her period much earlier and this be related more towards an actual pregnancy. We'll know more at autopsy. Lee McKenna says, the people that like children in that way will flock to jobs that children are easily accessible. I agree. I agree. Scottish Deborah says, was he selling pics on P sites? You know, the dark net. Good question. I'm wondering if that's why there's the other bust with the Santa Claus looking guy. And if P says, after getting skinny, probably to keep him knowing what turned him on. Pupsalot says, I think mom did the crime and BF tried to help cover it up. I'm going to tell you guys something that a lot of people don't really think about. And that is the fact that if ever your boyfriend or your significant other, your sexual partner in life, wants you to shave bare, nothing down there. You feel me? And a lot of girls like it that way. If that's your choice, that's your choice. But ever a man cannot stand to have relationship in an intimate way with you because you have adult hair in the places that you should have it. And I'm not talking out of control, y'all. I'm just being real. But if they want it barren, that's a red flag. That is an absolute red flag. I'm just saying. Sam R. says, why did mom make a point of saying she had a crush on someone at school? In case she's pregnant, maybe. And FT says, I have no idea how to reset my phone to factory, just saying. Well, it's not something you do by accident, honey. You just can't. You have to go into your settings. You have to know where to go. You have to make the choice. And your phone's going to be like, are you absolutely positive? Are you sure? You're factory resetting. Okay, we're about to do it. There's no going back. Yeah, and then there's a warning. You might lose this and this and this and this. Do you want to transfer your data? Oh, you still want a factory reset? It's a never-ending story. Debbie Lemon says, but yes, I think mom is deeply involved. Jenny Tracklin says, mention crush to take eyes off her boyfriend if kiddo actually active. You know what I'm saying. Lee McKenna says, hope they check the school's laptop. There may be something on it, and Maddie tried to reach out, so he ditched it in the bin. Sorry, dumpster. Right. Another good point, Lee. You get a gold star. Brenda Stanley says, waiting for the autopsy and DNA nail biting days. So many questions. Thank you so much. And, when she says DNA, what skin's under this child's nails? Okay? That's the ticket. Right there. That's what I want to know. Whose skin is under this child's nails? The other thing is, we have to think a different line. Because, like I said, narcissists tell on themselves, and so do P's. A lot of the time, you just have to listen. They pretend to joke about it sometimes to tell you the truth. They play games. They like to think they're smarter than you, and so they want to say the truth, but make you believe it doesn't exist. Okay? That is a psychological game these narcissists play. So, when he says she looked okay, it makes me wonder if we're going to find out that this child may have been poisoned with fentanyl or something else before. And so therefore, no hands were laid on the child. Because he's saying she looked okay. And when I listen to him, I'm seeing the child laying there no longer with us in a deceased form, or post-mortem, however you want to say it, deceased form, and she, quote, looked okay. You feel me? Everything looked okay. So I could be completely wrong. Like I said, finger painting in the dark over here. But these are the thoughts that I have to get off my mind, off my chest. Red Wolf says, what if the phone wasn't ceased? Would it look like she went to live to the forest and died? That's interesting. Miss Kitty 900, welcome to 1111 True Crime. You say there's so much of this happening. It's unbelievable. I just can't understand why or how could anyone do this to their own babies. It's horribly enough for a stranger, but your own babies. And it's interesting, like, I was thinking of what Jenny had mentioned, where people that are child maggots all tend to be attracted to where kids work. Well, then they also have buddies, see, co workers that are friends. And you have to wonder how they meet together and so forth, right? And what do they exchange? Lucy Lou Who says he, quote, accidentally reset his phone back to factory settings. I don't think you can accidentally reset your phone, right? So, malicious OG, hello. You say Muslim shave down there as it's cleaner. And, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if that is your choice to do that, I see no issue with it. And I'm not saying I don't or do. I'm saying if that's not your wish, but your mate is insistent on it or they won't touch you, okay? That to me is worth looking at harshly. Lee McKenna says, where's the rest of your name, love? Oh, to McKenna. Okay. Invertible the Turtle says, red flag means be careful. Not that they are for sure guilty or a P. It's not necessarily a cleaner either. I work in the healthcare. It feels cleaner, but actually you need certain bacteria. FJB says, totally agree with where you're coming from on that. Jenny Troglin says, I tried to find factory reset on Dad's phone as he screwed it up, as only he can do. You're so cute, Jenny. And says, never did find it, so I call BS. When is the autopsy due back? Well, we know they always tell us that it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks. So we'll have to wait and see. Good point. Linda Ann says he also said she was sleeping 10-minute ride to school, so not much conversation. But what is that not much? Why can't you elaborate on it? Y'all, when he said she was sleeping, does that mother have access to sleeping pills? Could this child have been put to sleep on the night of her birthday party? On the last night of her life, was she put to sleep? Because Mommy says, I said goodnight, and that was it. She was gone. And he says, she slept the whole way. Everything looked fine, though. That's crazy. Oh, my God. Lord, I think there was a lot of truths being said in these interviews because they were trying to stick to the narrative by putting a twist on the reality of what they were saying so that they could pass a lie detector. Sin City says, I think she was already gone, not asleep. Lynn Annie says, I believe in my opinion she wasn't alive on that car ride. Jennifer Swain, hi lovely, you say, I get jealousy vibes from the mom. Invertible Turtle says, yeah, someone said that earlier. Hi Colleen, how are you? You say Maddie didn't forget her phone. She was already gone. In my opinion. Right. I think you could be right. Kelly Mack says, I'm getting Summer Well vibes. Asleep in the back seat. Everything looks fine though. Oh my God. And the rubbing on each other's backs with oh my God. It's just killing me. You're so right. This is a Summer Wells story all over again, only they found the body. So, this case, it's absolutely mind-boggling. Karma is a bitch. Welcome. You say, unfortunately, I think the mother knew that the boyfriend was having relations with her daughter and was jealous of that. NFT said she had nothing loving to say about her missing daughter. What she likes, what she's good at, nothing. How sad and telling. I think she actually was jealous. Absolutely. I think this is the epitome of what I'm picking up is and this is my humble opinion, a true narc, if you feel me. This is somebody that may have hated their own child. Absolute resentment. She wasn't at the birthday party. She doesn't have any attachment to this child. The child's gone, and she tells you, and she's gone. So final. Yep, she's gone. Hold on a minute. Somebody's pounding on my door. Well, you guys, I have an unexpected visitor that I haven't seen in a very long time. I love you all very much. I greatly appreciate you working on this with me because I want the real story, real truth coming out here. And I feel like we're starting to learn to discern, to be able to really understand what these kids go through. And rather than give sympathy to the devil, we start discerning when somebody is, let's just say, manipulating our emotions. I love everybody so much. And with that, I pray in the name of Jesus that Madeline Soto gets absolute true justice as soon as possible in all respects of her life. I love you all. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.